Hi everybody, this video is just a quick tutorial on how to access News2You. There is a free trial for all families, parents, and so the district is asking us to share with you guys the information so that you can access this and use this for the next few weeks with your students. So here we go. So depending on what site pops up, all you need to find is where it says request a trial. Click on that and this will pop up. Complete this, put in your first and last name, your email that you want to use, phone number, your role, which would be, actually you're going to pick student because it's going to be for the students. So pick student for that part. And then obviously everything else is pretty self-explanatory. California is our state, current high school district, the school name would be Frontier High School. The biggest challenge, this part is not really that big of a deal, so just pick whichever one you want. Once you do that, you hit sign me up and it will take you to another page, a link where you'll fill out the necessary information, and then you'll get your your email and your password set up and you'll be able to get going. So when you get to that aspect, this is where you'll go to. You'll sign in. You guys will sign in under student. I sign in over here. So it'll be like this. So you'll have your first, last name, your email, and then your password. And then once you do that, that's where you'll sign in. So go ahead and sign in, and I want to show you what it'll look like. So here's where you go. You'll have open access to all these things, but the district is telling us that this is the only thing that you guys will be using, or that we suggest that you use. Everything else requires classrooms and some additional information. So if you want to check it out and kind of play around, that's fine. But this is the only thing that we're going to kind of be asking for students to complete. So if you go in here, this is what will pop up. So you have all these different activities, and you can also go to this menu drop-down box and access them this way. But inside here, there's a variety of different activities, and each week is a different topic. So this week, obviously, we have the coronavirus. So if you want, you go to the newspaper, and here's where you can access the different levels. And I will email you the levels that I use for your students or for your kids. Typically the regular one and the higher one are the two that we use the most, or advanced actually. So go to read newspaper, and this is what will pop up. And you can increase the size depending on if you're using a laptop or not. You can move it up, down, you can make it bigger, smaller. Then from here, typically students, with your help, will read the story. So there's the first page, go to the next page, and so on and so forth. This little key navigates all the different pages, so you can jump to whatever you want. Like the review page will be a comprehension page for them to answer the questions on what was the paper they just read about. And there's some other different fun things they can do. Also, pay attention to little things like this on the bottom of the screens. This is to access whatever you're reading that has some additional information. So on this one, since it's a coronavirus story, it takes you to the CDC page on coronavirus if you want to just read some more about it. So there's and like I said, each week they'll have new stories that they'll talk about. They even have recipes if you want to cook with your kids. I think would be a good idea. So depending on if you have the ingredients or not. That's just one little aspect of it. There's also breaking news, which is different stories that pop in, and you can click on there and just kind of gives you an idea of just more things for the kids to read, be aware of, answer questions. Okay. If you want to do, for some of the students, they can do some different calendar work, talking about today's weather. Let's see, have this page pop up. Oh, it's loud. So here you can kind of pick what day is it today. So students can pick, oh, it's Tuesday, the 7th. And you can kind of walk through, and what month is it? Nope, it's not April, it's March. Then the day is the 31st. And it's gonna be sunny today. So you get the idea. This is just another little activity that you can be used. Let's see. Activities. This is where a lot of activities. So in here, you can make sure you pick whatever story they're working on, you pick on the correct one. And then there's a variety of different activities they can work on. And some of them will be a little too easy, some of them will be too hard, depending on what the kids can do. But you can always, when they download this, it'll open up all of the pages onto your computer, depending on what you're using. And this is for if you wanted to print it out. Obviously, no, I don't want you guys to have to print out all this stuff. This is just to show you a lot of different things that they have going on here. Maybe I'm going too fast. So, what you can do though is access individual pages. So, one of the things we use a lot in our classes is where is it? I think it's this one right here. Yes, okay, so it's like a webbing. So it's kind of a comprehension. After they read the story, they answer these WH questions. And then, so when you bring this up, they can input their name onto the paper. And then they can pick, what was the story about? The story was about the coronavirus. The ding means yes, it's got it. Where was it at? That's wrong, so gotta move that. Where was the world? And so on and so forth. What the district is asking us for you guys to do is to find a way to either take a picture and screenshot this and then email it to me, or I wouldn't suggest printing it, but if there's some way for you to save it or even take a screenshot and send it to me via email just to show that you guys are doing it, that would be great. Obviously, I want your students to be just working on something just so they don't lose any skills that we've been working on all year. So I wouldn't worry too much about, oh, I didn't submit this or I didn't submit enough and my students' grades are gonna be low. Don't worry about that. I just want to, somewhere at some point, show me that your kids are doing some work, and that's sufficient with me. So that's kind of what the district wants us to show you guys and have you guys working on. There's also this, and a lot of the kids are familiar with it. These are just online games that they can kind of play. Some are a little easier, some are maybe a little too easy, but it's something additional for the kids to work on that you can kind of play with. Obviously, this is, a match game. So I think you guys understand the point that I'm trying to make here. So whatever you guys work on or can work on, hopefully you'll be able to gain access into the program, and so you'll be able to access everything and get going. if you have any questions or concerns, please contact me. I don't think I'm going to be providing any packets for those next few weeks, simply because the district is kind of wanting more virtual activities. But if you do have any questions or you're having trouble logging in, please email me, let me know. The district, each school, so Frontier is has Chromebooks for all the students to check out if you'd like. You just need to contact the school. And I think you should be getting an email soon, or a letter saying when you can come pick up Chromebooks and check them out for your students. And if you do that, it should have information on how to log in, if you're having trouble, who to contact, because they can help you a lot better than I can with that stuff. But I think that would be a good idea for some of you who don't have computer access for your students or your kids to maybe grab a Chromebook, and they can use that as well. So again, let me know if this doesn't work for you or if there's something else you'd rather have. We can see what I can do to put together some just paper activities like before. But otherwise, go ahead and just work on this online program, and hopefully we'll see you see your students May 5th. If not, then I guess as soon as we know any other additional information, I will be in contact with you to let you know. So again, thank you very much, and I hope this was helpful.